someone with perhaps a Russian name that I cannot read says, "Hello. Why in the next sentence we have to use present simple but not present continuous? He doesn't want to have dinner now." I thought if in sentence a word which show happening around now is PRC, which is present continuous. So let's try to explore this, and an in-depth answer would need to be longer, okay? And more complete with more examples. But I'm going to try to just give you the basic idea. So, simple tense. Go, goes, right? Want, do, simple, present tense. Okay. I like that. I like it. Like. Okay. I need it. I need it. Need. Okay. Well, why am I not saying I am needing it? Why am I not saying I am liking it? Because you may have heard present continuous tense. Present continuous tense is used when we talk about actions that are going on. What are you doing? I'm watching a movie. What is she doing? Oh, she's taking her dog for a walk. What are we doing tomorrow? Well, that would be tomorrow, but that would be future continuous, right? We're playing video games, right? What are you doing now? We're playing video games. Okay. So the continuous tense is when you have the ing. It's future continuous, present continuous, past continuous. Pretty easy to change it. He was watching a movie. He is watching a movie. And he will be watching a movie. Okay. So then why would we ever use the simple tense to talk about something in the present? Well, in fact, there are lots of situations in which we would use the simple tense. Not only the simple tense, the perfect tense. There are all kinds of different tenses that we can use to describe all kinds of different times. The first thing that we have to get out of the way with this question is never, ever say that you have a rule which works all the time. I thought that if something is happening now, we use present continuous tense. Who said that? Is that a rule? All the time? Every time? No. It's a general rule when you're describing actions if something is happening now. But there are plenty of different other ways to express what's going on now that may not use present continuous tense. Anytime you learn a rule, you always have to keep in the back of your mind, hey, this is a language. Languages are not science. This is not a mathematical equation. This is a language. And so people use them in different ways to express what they mean in different ways. And those ways have different feelings. And a rule is kind of a rule, but never 100%. There's really only a couple of things that I can think of that work 100%. And I'm not going to tell you what they are, because then if you find one exception, then I'll get in trouble. But I'm pretty sure I know a couple of rules that are true 100% of the time. But I'm only pretty sure. So you always have to just be aware that, okay. This works usually, but let's be open to other things. He doesn't want to have dinner now is correct. What would be the alternative if this rule were 100%? Well, then it would have to be something like, he isn't wanting to have dinner now, or something like that. This is very strange. Definitely not correct. But let's simplify it. Let's do it simply, okay? Let's say we take out the negative and we just use want, okay? So if it's going on right now, he is wanting, and let's just take out the to have, let's just say dinner, okay? He is wanting dinner now. He is wanting dinner now. Now, is that correct? He is wanting dinner now. No, it's not. It's not correct. And you know it's not correct, right? You know it doesn't sound right. Somehow you know, right? Everybody knows, most people know this somehow. It doesn't feel right. It's because you've had exposure to the language, right? You don't always have to know the reason. You just know. But also, let's think about this for a second. If I use I want, I need, right? I have. Most of the time. Not always. Those are what kind of verbs? It's a verb, yes, but what is it describing? If I want something, what is that describing? Well, it's describing a state about me, a condition about me, right? And this condition is kind of true about me. I want. So I'm not really actively doing anything. I'm not taking an action. I'm not going, ha, like that. This is just a condition that's happening that's related to me. It's a state that's happening related to me, right? So for those kinds of things that you could call conditions or states, often we will not use the ing present continuous form. Now, sometimes you will. In a few situations, you'll hear people say, oh, he's having a party tomorrow. He's having a party. But that having there, then, that having is more the kind of do having, the kind of action to host. So it's more like hosting in that case, having a party. So you have to not just think about, oh, every verb. No, think about what the verb is. Okay? If I have a cold, I won't say I'm having a cold. I am having a cold. Because this is kind of something that's just true about me. This is my condition. This is my state, in a way, right? It's not like I'm going, I'm colding. I have this as an action. No, it's not a thing that I do. But if I say I'm having a party, that would be future tense. But if I'm having a party, I mean, I'm using have to talk about a thing that I'm doing that's similar to hosting or throwing. It's closer to an action. So ask yourself what kind of thing it is. Now with this one, he is wanting dinner. He is wanting dinner now. This want is a desire. It's something true about it. It's like having a cold in a way, right? It's true about this person. He has that feeling. It's going on with him at the moment. So we would use the simple present tense there because we're describing that type of action. But if he's taking an action, like he's drinking a cup of coffee, or he's milking a cow, or he's jumping into a lake, or he's licking a telephone pole, or he's making an egg salad sandwich, or he's looking at a penguin sitting on an iceberg, right? This is an action that is being taken. And so we can see, because it's an action that would then stop a moment later or could stop at any moment, that ing makes sense. Whereas if we say something like his condition is love. He loves penguins. He is loving penguins now? No, he loves penguins. Right now? Yeah. That's his condition. That's his state. Oh, okay. He wants penguins. Now, that's funny. I don't know what that means exactly. I want penguins now. That's kind of silly, but it highlights this state or this condition about him that makes the ing look a little silly and sound weird. So I hope that helps you separate them in your mind. There is a better way to explain this that requires a slightly different grammatical explanation and probably a bunch of examples. But I think just having a practical understanding of generally how we use the simple present simple tense and the present continuous tense, just a general idea about it, to think about what kind of thing it is, what kind of verb it is, should at least get you started and help you pick between them. But I think you'll already know. When you hear it, you'll just know that it sounds natural or not. So I hope that helps. I hope that answers your question. Guys, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. I would appreciate if you would also hit the like button. And if you haven't already, check out my full courses in the links in the description.